Raider Nation, what's going on? It's Mitchell Renz, your host of the Raiders Report, and coming up on today's show, we're going to go through some Raiders rumors that have been circulating around the silver and black. Back in the old days when the show first started, I'm talking back when I first started the show on Facebook, we used to take articles from people from all over the place, whether that's ESPN, Bleacher Report. Today I got some interesting notes from Sports Illustrated, SI, and then I also got something from the Las Vegas Review-Journal that I thought all of y'all would be interested in around Brandon Facyson, around DJ Turner, and then a lot of reports from Broncos camp that Bo Nix is struggling, and we're going to talk about all of that today on the Raiders Report. We are in a June sub-battle, and we were in the lead last week. Here's the thing. We are no longer in the lead. The 49ers Report has taken a commanding lead. They put up some big numbers over the weekend. I don't want to lose to the Niners Report, so if you can, hit that subscribe button. And if you know a Raider fan, or if you know somebody that hates the 49ers and they're not subscribed to this channel, send this video to them. Tell them to subscribe because I'm not losing to the Bang Bang Niner gang. So the way that we're going to do today's show is we're going to hop into our time machine a little bit. We're going to go back and look at the old Just Win Baby. So the first story coming up here on today's show is around Brandon Facyson, and is he being overlooked by Raider Nation? There was an article that came out from SI, and I'm going to give this one 4 Just Win Babies. Believe it, baby. It is 100% a fact that Raider Nation, myself included, is overlooking cornerback Brandon Facyson, and I say that because anytime you get a corner that's working with the ones, anytime you get a player that does have the connections that Facyson has and is a veteran, fits what this coaching staff is looking for right now, I do think that we're sleeping on him a little bit. There's been multiple reports that he's been impressing this offseason, and he has the potential to start. Like, if we're not talking about a player that has the opportunity to start, I'll admit, I think that he would be the starter that would give people the most worries out of all 22 from the offense and on the defensive side of the football. He's splitting reps right now with Jakorian Bennett, or I guess I should say he was splitting reps with Jakorian Bennett at mandatory minicamp, also during OTAs this offseason. But the one thing that we really got to look at, and why I'm giving this 4 Just Win Babies, is the Raiders like his physicality. They like the size of him on defense, and when you have a bend but don't break defense and you're very confident in your defensive line, like all you're really looking to do is, I need to be able to keep somebody in front of me for Facyson for like 10 to 15 yards and not get burnt deep. He's the more solid player, where Jakorian gets burnt deep a little bit more. Nate Hobbs, he tried to tell us last week, hyping up Facyson. I think the sky's the limit for him. I feel like people forget my rookie year back in 2021, how he started last half of the season. He went man for man with every receiver who was a top-ranked receiver and shut them down, essentially. Once he gets in his bag, he's hard to stop. He makes it very hard on the opposing team. He's just a physical specimen is what I call him. Great dude, too, great energy, and great positivity. So at 6'2", 200 pounds, like the Raiders this entire offseason, they've been looking for big corners to get physical, and they want long, lanky corners. And I know Facyson's kind of forgot about because he's injured, or was injured last offseason. 27 years old, MJ Devonshire, long, lanky, physical. Look at, DeCamerion Richardson, long, lanky, physical. Yes, Facyson is not a part of this regime, but when you look at a lot of the corners that they brought in, kind of fits the mold of what Facyson's talking about. I don't fully agree with everything Nate Hobbs said, but I do think that we are starting to been sleeping on Facyson quite a bit this offseason. Raiders cornerback coach Ricky Manning, who I do think is one of the best in the biz, is a new coach this season. That's what he had to say about him. Love the way the guy shows up every day. He is a pro. The way he works, the way he shows up to work, the way he studies, his detail, his effort, his intensity to get better. It's been showing up every day. He's been very consistent. He's been very healthy. And that guy being healthy is going to be good for us. He's going to be a big part of this defense, and we're looking forward to it. Looking forward to him just continuing to grow and ascend. I mean, this is literally your cornerback coach telling you that he's going to be a big part of this defense. And, we've been sitting around. When are we going to sign Xavier Howard? When are we going to sign Stephon Gilmore? The reports have been coming out that the Raiders are very comfortable with their defense, the way that they've been playing this offseason, and they're going to potentially use some of that money to extend some of these other players. I mean, there's a lot to unfold. There's a lot to digest. But here's my question to you. Let's say it's week 1. right now, because I legitimately think if it was week 1 of the regular season, there's a decent chance that Brandon Facyson's walking out there as your starting opposite corner. Not saying it's only going to be him. It'd be a little bit of a rotation, but, there's a chance that he's your starting cornerback right now. So scale it for me from 1 to 10. What's your confidence level on him? 1, not confident at all. 10, you're very, very confident. It's going to be the pinned comment on today's show. Scrolling down, give me your answer, because after this YouTube ad break, I'm going to give you mine. My confidence level in Brandon Facyson as it stands right now is a 4. It's not very high. I'm just being real with you. And I'm trying to put my beer goggles on for him to be able to paint this picture because, yes, he has been splitting reps with Jakorian Bennett. But one of the reasons why I do really think that, again, that it's the 4 just win babies of why he's being overlooked, we got to remember this. Tom Telesco signed him as a UDFA back in 2018 when he was a member of the Los Angeles Chargers. He was there for 3 years, and then what happened? He ended up signing with the Raiders back in 2021 where the defensive coordinator was Gus Bradley. This team loves AFC West experience. This team loves what Facyson's able to bring here to the table, and if he's 100% healthy, that gives him a good advantage going up against a lot of other corners on our roster outside of our top 2 dogs and Nate Hobbs and Jack Jones, that he's got that. He's got some veteran years on him in the NFL. That does give him an advantage. When you look at his PFF grades last season, not a big sample size by any means. Only 44 snaps, 51.7 overall grade, run defense, coverage grade. Facyson is not somebody that's going to be a great cornerback 2. He's more of a cornerback 3. Maybe we can put him in a situation at cornerback 2 just because we're so confident and all the other 10 players are going to be out there on that football field, so confident in our Raiders defensive line that you're like, hey, man, I just need you to cover for a little bit. Our guys are going to go out and get after the quarterback. We just need you to be able to handle your business and not get burnt deep, which sounds like that's what Facyson has been doing this entire offseason. Coming up next here on the Raiders Report, will DJ Turner make the Raiders roster? Las Vegas Review-Journal, Vincent Bonsignore, he broke down a 53-man roster projection. I'll tell you whether or not he's got Turner on his 53-man. We'll talk about that in just a second. But man, oh man, I love me some Chubbies. And if you haven't already gotten started with our sponsor, then I need you to listen up because summer's here. Chubbies basically invented summer last time I checked. And if you need to, go take advantage of this deal. That link's going to be available to y'all down in the comments, down in the description of today's show, chatsports.com/chat. Make sure you guys use code chat for 20% off your first purchase. Skies out, thighs out. Summer is here, and our friends at Chubbies are bringing the good vibrations. Chubbies is a lifestyle apparel brand that makes every moment feel like a vacation. For a limited time, Chubbies is giving our listeners 20% off your order with our exclusive code. Use code CHAT at chubbyshorts.com/chat. I've been wearing the original stretch shorts, and I love how comfortable the elastic waistband is. For me, personally, I got big legs, and I'm not afraid to tell you all that. And in the summertime, it gets really hot. I don't like when my pants stick to me, and that extra stretch fabric does go a long way. I also like the fact that they have the inch seams of 4 inches, 5.5, and 7 inch. So, I can wear different types of shorts all the time. Whether I want to wear them to the pool, whether I want to wear them out, I walk to work. To be able to have shorts that fit my body nicely, also look good. I can wear these on a golf course. I can wear these on date night. I can wear these when I'm walking my dog Chuck. 20% off Chubbies with promo code CHAT. Again, that link is available to all of y'all down in the comments, down in the description of today's show. So whether you're getting dressed for your workday, a workout, or a weekend getaway, Chubbies has you covered. For a limited time, Chubbies is giving our viewers 20% off your order with code CHAT at chubbyshorts.com/chat. I'm going to say it again in case, I don't know, maybe you weren't paying attention like Chuck in that photo. That's code CHAT at chubbyshorts.com/chat. Support the Raiders Report. Tell them that we sent you. Don't blend in with the crowd. Stand out with Chubbies. Let's go to the next story here on the Raiders Report, and it's around DJ Turner and whether or not he's going to make the roster for the Silver and Black. I'm going to give this one 2 just win babies, and I'm going to say it's a 50% chance that he's going to make the roster, which I'm telling you this right now. If you would have told me, Mitch, 2 months, back in March, back in April, hell, even right after the NFL draft, if you would have told me that I would be given 2 just win babies for DJ Turner to make this roster, I would have said you're freaking crazy, man. I'm not even kidding to you. But Turner was predicted to make the Raiders' 53-man roster, according to Vincent Bonsignore from the Las Vegas Review-Journal. And Bonsignore said that, they're going to end up keeping 6 wide receivers. The reason why I'm a big, where there's smoke, there's fire, and maybe the fire in this situation is this team keeping Turner, because you go back to what Tom McMahon had to say 3 weeks ago, and he said, I love DJ Turner. If you don't know who Tom McMahon is, it's the Raiders special teams coach. I know he's listed as a receiver, but the way that Turner is going to make this team is on special teams. And I think with these new kick return rules, a lot of NFL teams are a little bit worried of how it's going to impact them for the entire season, because it's the land of unknown. And for DJ Turner, that makes Tom McMahon a little bit easy in the world of unknown that might happen. According to the Review Journal, though, these were the 6 wide receivers that ended up making the roster. I know you don't see Brock Bowers. I usually put Bowers in with wide receiver because I do anticipate he plays more wide receiver snaps. The Las Vegas Review-Journal ended up putting him at tight end, so no problems there. But you keep 6 receivers, DJ Turner, Jalen Guyton, and, Michael Gallup, Trey Tucker, Jacoby Myers, Devontae Adams. We expect those 4 guys to make it. Guyton is a coin flip. DJ Turner, to me, is a coin flip. But, what Turner has done in the past, he's been a punt returner, he's been a kick returner, he's done it for this team at spurts at times when other injuries have arose. But because of those new kickoff rules, because of Tom McMahon already telling you that he's got that love for Turner and he thinks he's going to be able to help us out on special teams, you got to be good on offense. It's important. You got to be good on defense. It's very important. But to be good at all 3 phases, especially with these new rules in the NFL, this is where DJ Turner, as soon as he heard that new kickoff rule, he was probably like, I got a shot to make a 53-man roster. So here you go. You make the call. I want you to beat Tom Telesco. What the heck do you do with DJ Turner? Do you keep him? Do you cut him? If you cut him, it's no money against your dead cap hit. I want to say you end up saving $915,000 or $985,000, which you could potentially use that money to go out and, I don't know, sign another free agent or whatnot. But what exactly do you do with TJ Turner? Keep, cut, let me know down below. In my last 53-man roster projection video that I made, I did put him in my 53-man. He made it barely. He just made the cut. And if you want to go check out that video, I do have it for you guys, which I'm going to put it up here for those of you that aren't watching this live. You can click this button right here and go check out my last 53-man roster projection video. I'll also say I'm going to end up making tons, and I mean tons of these videos throughout the offseason. This is the thumbnail in case you're wondering of what it looks like. I try to do a 53-man after minicamp, and I'll end up doing one right before training camp. If the Raiders make a few big signings or a few splash plays, I'll do another 53-man. I love understanding the strengths, the weaknesses, where I think I can get players. Last year, I got 51 out of the 53 players right, which to me, I think is pretty spot on for my Raiders 53-man. Coming up next here, hey, man, you got to keep your friends close, but you got to keep your enemies closer. And we're going to talk about Bo Nix because it's been a little bit of a brutal offseason for him, but it might just be a brutal offseason for the quarterbacks in general in Denver, which I almost find it funny that there's been so much talk around how bad the Raiders quarterbacks are going to be, and yet I don't even think that they have the worst quarterback room in their own division. So to all the dads out there, I hope you had a great Father's Day. And for me personally, Dad, I love you. He actually just sent me a picture. He's literally kayaking at the moment that he's watching this video right now. I'm not even kidding when I tell you that. He's literally kayaking. He's probably going to get mad at me for showing this picture. Look at him. Dude's ripped. Kayaking right now. Got an umbrella. Hey, Dad, that's what happens when you send me the pics. But I didn't get able to hang out with my dad. I was able to hang out with Alex's dad. I am a dog dad. But seriously, I hope all the dads out there, there's a lot of amazing, amazing people that watch this show. And, to all the moms out there, I'll be real with you. I know some people that didn't have dads in their lives, and their moms, they get Father's Day cards, and it's part of it. If you're a single parent, if you're a mom, you know what? Hey, 2 moms, 2 dads, I don't care what it is. I think if you're a parent, happy Father's Day to you, because being a dad's a lot more than just, literally being a male figure. I also wanted to do this because if you don't follow me on Instagram and if you don't follow me on Twitter, I thought this was kind of wild that the official Denver Broncos Twitter page tweeted at the Raiders and said, Happy Father's Day to our daddy, the Raiders, which I really didn't expect the Donkeys to do it. I don't really think that's a very good organization, but it makes sense. If you haven't beaten a team since December 29, 2019, and the Raiders got 8 straight wins, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Round of applause for the Denver Broncos, showing love to their daddy on Father's Day. Let's get into this final story here on the Raiders Report, and Bo Nix struggling. Oh, yeah, baby. This one's 4 just win babies. Believe it, baby. And, there's been a few beat reporters there for Denver trying to spin this and saying, oh, he hasn't been as bad as what's been reported by some. I'll say this. If Bo Nix is getting outplayed by Jarrett Stidham, it's not a good situation. And I don't want to sit up here and say, I told you so, because it's still way, way too early. But, we can also start reading the tea leaves here of, if he's not good, which I've already said, I don't think Bo Nix is ever going to be good in the NFL, but that's the guy Sean Payton wanted. But, Jarrett Stidham is a name that I know that the nation can at least, 75% of Raider fans, if I say the name Jarrett Stidham, you have, an idea in your head of how good that quarterback is. And Bo Nix ain't beating him out right now. He's been, by far, Jarrett Stidham has been the best quarterback this offseason in Denver. And that's filled with Jarrett Stidham, Bo Nix, and Zach Wilson. I mean, there's some interesting names on here. The quarterback name that my fiance would probably be able to pick out the most is Stidham, but that's more because of his wife. But, they do have the more notable quarterback names. But, we always say, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you got none. Well, what happens if you got 3? I mean, this is going to be an interesting situation. I am already looking forward to when the Raiders go up against the Broncos in Week 5 and in Week 12. But, I saw the report come out from Mike Kliss, and if you don't know who Mike Kliss is, he's probably the most tied-in beat reporter for the Denver Broncos. And when I saw him say that he's really been struggling, it makes me laugh that the national media is Raiders are going to win 6.5 games. They're going to be the worst team in the AFC West. The Raiders haven't been the worst team in the AFC West since 2018. I know it's maybe still kind of recent, but let's be real. The Raiders own the Broncos, and that's going to continue this season. If you don't know, this is FKC week, and some of you are like, Mitch, what the hell are you talking about, FKC week? Well, we do a Madden simulation every single week, and we've been doing one, for all the Raiders games this entire season. Well, this Thursday, Las Vegas Raiders up against the Kansas City Chiefs. I need you guys, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you got those notifications on, because we're going to get wild on Thursday. And you can't have FKC week without some giveaways, some prizes, and we're going to bring the energy. So I need y'all to be able to bring the energy, whether you're watching this on live, whether you're watching this on a later date. If you haven't already, spam FKC, because this is FKC week. And if I'm going to do a Madden simulation, because when I'm live on Madden, I'm telling you right now, I act like it's a real game. You got to practice how you play. So here's your opportunity if you're new to the show this offseason. Let's get some FKCs down below, and I'm watching this show live right now. I see Top Beat, Sienna, Rudy, Kant, Jacob Serb, Yoda Jenkins, all showing love. So please, before you go, hit me with an FKC, and I'll see you Thursday when the Raiders take on Kansas City on Madden.